All right, so family's getting bigger. We got more stuff. We're going on trips. We got a new vehicle, but actually this car has less room in it, or less cargo space than our van did. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use something like this. We're gonna put it together in this video, install it on the back of the truck. Like the size. So this is about 60 inches wide by about 20 inches deep. All right, and also it comes apart really easily. I first started looking actually into a roof rack. That was the first thing I was gonna do, but that thing, you know, roof racks, by the time you buy the roof rack and then you buy the box, and then you have to store that giant box, it destroys your gas mileage. This just seemed like a way better thing, and we're gonna put things like coolers and stuff like that on this. All right, so this is, I think, gonna be a better solution. It uses the hitch that's already installed on the car to attach to it. So it really should be bulletproof, and for storage purposes as well. It also will take up a lot less room than a roof rack. Let me just show you some stuff that it came with. It came with some straps, came with some ratchet straps. It came with this like net, which is pretty cool. And then it came with this giant bag. Like I could probably fit inside of this bag. This is a waterproof bag. What you could see here is that this zipper is extremely like durable. It's almost like a water resistant zipper. But then also then you fold this over. So when you fold this over, it really, I think, will keep the water out of there. Now I probably won't put anything on the back of this that can get wet, and I may not even use this bag. I don't know, we'll see. But I like the option for 200 bucks. You get the whole rack and the bag. All right, so let's get this thing together. First thing we're gonna do is use these little plates. These plates, you got these little screws, right? And we are going to a lock washer, and then we got some bolts. So this should, got one of these plates on each side. So this side's done. And then we got this one on this side. Okay, that is installed with these 4 bolts going through these 4 holes. And this really pulls this whole thing together. All right, so now we got our 4 bolts in. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna tighten these down, and then I'm gonna go around and tighten all of these up. I left everything loose, all right, so that we can, that's where this little contraption comes into play. Here you can put a socket on your drill. All right, so now it's together. Now we need to install the hitch. So this actually just gets attached with this bolt here, like so. All right, so we put our screw. And this is definitely nice to do this on top of a table like this. And then be able to fold it and lock it down. You have this little cotter pin. So this goes here, and this will keep it from folding. So we just gotta tighten this down. So you wanna tighten this one down enough so you can still rotate this, right? So if you tighten it down too much, you won't be able to fold it up. That's probably enough. And then we'll put our pin in. Pretty straightforward. I will say the one thing that's a little annoying is all the bolts are like different sizes. Like they, but hey, whatever. It is what it is. They do give you bolts. They actually do give you wrenches. So if you don't have all these wrenches, you can put this thing together pretty easily. It does include the wrenches with it, okay? With the cotter pin here. All right. It's installed. It kind of like leans up a little bit. I don't know if you noticed that, but I think that's okay because as you load this truck down, this actually will be flat. So it's better that it's not the other way. This is without the stabilizer, so there's actually a stabilizer we can install. Stabilizer does is it actually locks it down. It keeps it from moving around. So it's like a U-bolt. Really, yeah. So that really, actually, yeah, really stiffen this thing up. All right, so the other thing we can do is when it's not in use, and fold it up, and actually use this to lock it in place so it doesn't hit our truck. So yeah, pretty cool. It's definitely a little weirdly angled. I'm not sure I really care about that. All in all, I'm actually really excited. For 200 bucks, I think this is a really good deal. It won't take up a lot of room when you're storing it, when you're not using it. You can probably what I'm gonna do is connect this to the shed, the roof of my shed. I'll probably just like run screws through it and just hook it up there, upside down. So it won't take up a lot of room, like in the winter or times where we're not using it. But I'll be able to use this on both trucks. Of course, you need to have a trailer hitch to use this. But this truck has a 2-inch receiver and this truck has a 200 receiver, a 2-inch receiver. It holds up to 500 pounds. And this is the bag. So maybe we can show the bag. What I'm gonna be doing is I'll be using this for my cooler, you know. Yeah, and I'll probably bungee that down and put some stuff on the sides. I may not even use this bag, but I like the option of being able to use this bag. And I like the option to be able to use this bag in the bed of my truck. But this will really expand our cargo space. Now, it'd be good for like when you go to the beach and you have coolers and you have beach chairs and all those like big things. You probably could even put bikes on there, like upside down if you wanted to, and strap them down. You could do something along the lines of that. When you put stuff in here, you need to balance it out. So I'm gonna put, if I use this, I'll probably put my cooler on this side, you know, and then just, you're gonna have to balance the weight out because this will move, you know. But again, it's still pretty sturdy. What do you guys think? You like this thing? You gonna pick one of these up? I really don't see any issue with it. I think it's gonna be great. I love the size of it. I love everything about it, actually. So I'm Mike, FoundMeDUI TV. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that like button. Leave me a comment down below, and I'm out.